Roger Moore isn't here.
Looking good is more important than looking where you're going.
Oh, when are you going to do that, then?
This could be so expensive.
It's official. The new Clarkson Hammond and May vehicle has been a resounding success, surprising absolutely no one. It's not perfect, but then when your only real competition is a version of yourself, or rather a poorer version of yourself, you don't need to be. The new TopGear, of course, only had one problem. That was the catastrophic chemistry between its two main hosts. I'd argue that the sheer multitude of hosts, of personalities that they involved as well, ultimately meant you felt as though you were watching a big budget version of Fifth Gear. I'll make like most folk and pretty much lay the blame at the feet of Chris Evans, the extremely grating and annoying Chris Evans. I've already explained why, so allow me to move on and just say that I can't wait to see what the next episode of Top Gear looks like without him. Having said that, its only real purpose now for fans of Clarkson and company is to stop that gap, to fill that space until the next season of Grand Tour. So what is the secret to their success? Well, what if I told you it's not even about the cars? Here are just 5 examples, occasions when Clarkson, Hammond and May proved just that. 1. They could make a show out about gardening and you'd watch it. In fact, you probably already have.
Hello, and I've just trodden in some dog poo.
Old cars, I mean all kinds of old cars, not just classic Porsches, but that too. In fact, they even did a classic coupe that's not a Porsche challenge. I know this, I own one now.
Look at that!
It's the
I
flames!
did those, well, with a bit of help from an art college friend. You see, they're the Gulf racing colours.
Let's see what Jeremy has achieved with no money.
Blackboard paint.
That Vietnam episode, despite Clarkson hating anything with 2 wheels, they were in a situation where they had nothing to do but make the best of the circumstances they had. That meant buying scooters.
Motorbikes go free. What's he done?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hammond just hit the sign in the toll booth.
I know, that bloke's furious.
No cars were driven, but we tuned in anyway. We watched. We watched them make their way over treacherous roads, over rivers, over all kinds of things. And we loved them for it.
It is a fabulous country, it really is.
This still ranks as one of the top episodes of Top Gear. I mean, ever.
So is this the accommodation block?
I think so, yeah. There you go. It's a bedroom. Only one slight problem.
4. The one where they go to the North Pole. We were treated to Clarkson bullying May, Hammond being dragged by huskies, a spot of alcoholism. You don't really think everyone tuned in for the highlights, did you?
Maybe leaking slightly.
What a moron.
You sank my limousine!
I've lost one of my nose samples.
And lastly, number 5. Simply everything else. The explosions, the carnage, the wholesale idiotry. This is why we tune in week after week. Look, I'll be one of the first to admit I'm not a big fan of the American, ditto Conversation Street. As for the new kind of, but not quite, Celebrity Challenge, I feel like all these shows are just set up to take the piss out of the original show, Top Gear. Don't bother doing it, don't waste your time. You know, this isn't the first time in history we've had a situation of a bunch of middle-aged English men taking the piss out of each other and having a good time.
Sex, 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 that's all they think about her.
Oh dear. In those days, getting stoned wasn't against the law. It was the law.
And that's precisely what the Grand Tour riffs off. Monty Python without cars.
Sex, sex, sex. Where were we?
Grand Tour succeeds not because it's a car show. It's a car park. A car park outside the ministry. Thanks for watching.